Hi, I'm astronaut Yvonne Cagle, Dr. Yvonne Cagle, and just want you to know that once you steam the streets, there's space for all.
How long did it take you to become an astronaut?
Great question. For me, I actually became a doctor first. I did my degree work, my college work in biochemistry, and then I went on to medical school at the University of Washington. So I actually grew up in Marin County, north of the Golden Gate Bridge. That's how come I know how far it is. And I went to Nevada High, go Hornets. But then I did my undergraduate at San Francisco State University in biochemistry. Then I went on to medical school to become a doctor. I wanted to learn how the body works. And I did that at the University of Washington up in Seattle, Washington. But I went on an Air Force scholarship. So I had to pay back my medical school, not in money, but in time. They paid for all my medical school books, my living. They even gave me a little bit of money each month, you know, to shop and to live and to have some entertainment. But after 4 years, I needed to pay them back 1 year for each year that they paid for all of that schooling. So I only owed them 4 years. Guess what? I didn't retire from the Air Force until 18 years later. After 22 years at the Air Force, I finally retired, even though I only owed 4. Why? Because as an Air Force doctor, I got to be a flight surgeon. That meant I got to fly in all these high-performance jets, F-111s, F-15s, F-16s, F-18s, helicopters, heavies, air-to-air refueling, where it's like a gas station and 2 planes are passing fuel between or from one to the fighter jet. We had all of these planes, medevac, moving injured people back home. That's what I got to do, and it was so amazing for 22 years. I learned so much about being out in the field and operations and taking care of injured people that I next wanted to take it faster and higher, to find out what happens to our bodies if we're strong and healthy, but going even faster than a fighter jet. And there was nothing that was faster and higher than the space shuttle. So I became an astronaut. Now, how long did that take me? It took me a lot longer than what's required because I went by way of becoming a doctor, because I just kept following all the really cool discovery things that I was learning. But the requirement is that you need to have a master's in any of the STEAM areas. So science, technology, engineering, art, math, even education, robotics. So a master's degree, and then have worked for 3 years in what we call the air and space industry. Now, that can be doing, you can count your time in zero robotics. So start counting your time now. So by the time you finish your master's, all of these extracurricular things you're doing counts towards your 3 years. When you're in high school, you can fly on our Vomit Comet. It's that airplane that thinks that it's a roller coaster, and it flies up and down parabolas. And every time it dives down, you're completely weightless and floating. And you can practice moving your robot or your body or your science right then and there. But that time counts too. So after 3 years, now you can put your application in. You have your master's degree. You've been in all of these things for a total of 3 years, starting now. Now you're ready to sign on to the astronaut program. And then once you become an astronaut, you do 2 years of astronaut education, just learning all about floating in space and how it's different from Earth. And then you graduate and you keep going back to class to keep practicing and learning like that dry run. But all along the way, your classroom is most of the time outdoors. You're in trainer jets. You're learning how to scuba dive. You're working in robotic labs. You're working on all of these communications. It's like one huge video game of knowledge and adventure that ends with 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, liftoff. Back to the moon, on to Mars, and maybe lasso an asteroid around the way. That's pretty awesome.